it was like, what are we gonna do? Like, what is next? And my first thought was, yeah, I'm terrified. Like, of course I'm gonna stop. Like, that's the human instinct. Your flesh is like, yeah, let's stop, right? And I kind of started replaying. And I've been in politics, I guess, for about a decade now. And I was like, it would be a lot easier if I stepped away. If I went back to just being a normal student in class, if I didn't have to worry about security, I didn't have to look over my shoulder, I could put the microphone down and go back and just focus on studying and homework and leave this political mess to our parents. And in that moment, that verse that Charlie always repeated, whether it was over text, whether it was face to face, whether it was in his speeches, you've heard him say it. It was Isaiah 6, here I am, send me. And that thankfully just like ran through my head. And I looked back at the camera and I said, no, I'm not going to stop. And you could tell they were confused. Like, what do you mean? Like, you're going to keep going? And I was like, the coward that killed my friend attempted to shut our generation up. If he did anything, he woke us up. And I said, Will, this weekend I'm supposed to go to South Carolina. We're going to keep the speech in South Carolina. And I mean, my team is freaking out when we get off the interview. They're like, you can't go to South Carolina. You can't give a speech. Like, you don't know what's going to happen. And I was like, Charlie lived and died to speak to the next generation. If we abandon the next generation and stop speaking to them because one coward killed him, that coward wins. We can't let that coward win. And so what you're doing with your show, what you're doing speaking out, all of this is carrying on that legacy and the flame of Charlie. And I can tell you, he's smiling out a window in heaven when he looks out at our generation, more faithful and more courageous than ever before. It's pretty cool to see.